Yeah, moving into something a little bit lighter, but still on the same subject of capping ass mammies is so this subject, this is everyone knows what's going on, the same thing that's been going on for since Jesus was hanging out in Galilee. Since Jesus was turning water into wine.
Since Abraham had a bunch of sons.
Since Moses and them was doing the moonwalk. God damn. This has been, and this isn't something that we're not laughing at what's happening there. That's not funny, but we are gonna kind of make light and expose the virtue signaling, man. We're in the height of virtue signaling, and this isn't my issue, but I was brought into it.
We all were.
We were brought into this one, and my people specifically. So this is about Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. So let me put some context to it. I got this clip from the Katie Halper show on YouTube. She interviewed Norman Finkelstein. Oh, is that his name? Let me get it right.
Yeah.
Okay, Norman Finkelstein. So I don't know shit about this conflict, so I had to look to some people from there who dedicated their life to that. So Norman Finkelstein is a political scientist who's put 40 years into just this conflict. 4-0. This guy teaches at Princeton. He was voted the fifth most influential political scientist in the world.
And I think a subject so nuanced like this, you need to have that level of experience to really talk about it.
You need at least 40 years.
Yeah. Of hard research.
Hard research. Dedicated without even emotion. This guy just does the recon. And so Katie Hill has Norman on the show, and one of the subjects was Amy Schumer's tweets. Now, Amy Schumer hasn't been tweeting about Palestine or Israel ever until this last week. And so this is, I can't read that from here, but this is the tweet that she put up.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, you can play the video.
You want to play the video?
Yeah, my bad.
I did an advanced Twitter search, and if you click on that one, you'll see no results for Palestine or Palestinian or Palestinians or Gaza. So she's never in her life tweeted about them. And yet this is something that she posted on Instagram. First, they came for LGBTQ, and I stood up because love is love. Then they came for immigrants, and I stood up because families belong together. Then they came for the Black community, and I stood up because Black Lives Matter. Then they came for me, but I stood alone because I am a Jew.
Okay, can you pause it? Can you pause that, man?
Yeah. I want to shut it off.
Yo, man, I'm offended. I'm offended on behalf of the Jewish community. Because of the way she said Jews. It felt nasty.
Yeah.
The black, I'm gonna put that before the blacks, because she threw the blacks in there.
It had its own line. It was just Jew at the bottom.
I'm a Jew. It was like, yo. And you never tweeted about this before, and then you had to lead in with the gay. I don't like that, man. I don't like that they just throw in, they go, let's lead with the LGBT community, and then let's throw some niggas in there too.
Yeah.
Why am I in that mix? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like, who's been politically offended in the last 10 years? We'll get all of them in, rehash this old Holocaust poem that used to exist.
Right.
I'll throw them in, change the nouns, and I'll make it about myself at the end, because I want people to know that I'm suffering.
I'm the headliner. Yeah, I want to start with the gay community. Let's go with the gays, then let's go with the black. And also, what you mean you came for us during the Black Lives Matter slogan?
Yeah.
That lasted a year. And I don't fuck with Black Lives Matter. Who asked her to come and support us?
And all the news I've seen of Black Lives Matter, and Amy Schumer's name has never come up once.
Buddy, I do not fuck with Black Lives Matter, man. If you put a sign up that if a store have a sign that say Black Lives Matter,
yeah,
but they don't give me a Black Lives Matter discount, then you could go to hell.
I think that's fair.
I think it's only fair.
Yeah. Because
you're cloud chasing just like this. So you came for you supported the black community, but then when they came for the Jews, they came for you, no one was there because you were a Jew.
Well, Maybe she threw. I mean, she had a follow-up tweet, and maybe that help explains why she had to throw in BLM.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's keep playing the video.
Yeah.
There are two obvious comments. It seems they never came for Palestinians in her list of everybody they came for, which kind of proves the point that they're not worthy of being protected.
This man is spitty.
Doesn't take much. Saw right through her.
Right there, man. He said that she was able to put the LGBT community that she supported, the black community, but no one came for the Jews. She's just skipped over the Palestinian community.
Whoops.
Oopsies. And then said she was all alone. So this is what Norman had to say about it. Then we'll go to her next tweet.
All right.
A Schumer.
All right. Thinks that she is so heroic, so courageous, so brave, standing alone for the Jews. It's so pitiful.
Yo.
It's so pitiful.
Yo.
You're alone, Amy. You're alone. You're about alone as a person standing at Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
You're alone.
Jesus.
It's just wretched.
It is wretched.
Hey man, when an old Jewish man says pitiful, the way they say
oh my
it,
God. That pause.
Yo, that hits a whole different way. When there's certain cultures, you know, when they say a certain word that you go, God damn.
Yep.
Like pitiful. It's so pitiful. Wretched. These words, they got a different kind of, stank to it. Like,
well, he feels himself like, oh, it's so disgusting what she did. I can't even describe
I can't
it.
stomach it. It upsets my stomach because of the virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Like the actual, like, this isn't a direct. You never tweeted about this before. You don't give a shit about it, and you're not balanced and fair with your care. You care so much, except if it's when it comes to certain groups that fucks up your narrative. And I can't speak on it because it's not my place. But you brought black people into it. So I had to speak on it. But this guy Norman Finkelstein, if you wanna know about a subject so nuanced and so deep in history and so complex, I feel like I have to get that from those people.
Mm-hmm.
From somebody who is wait a minute before we skip to this, going back to her saying she was alone. So Amy said no one came for her in that little poem. She was all alone, and followed it up with this tweet.
No, put the tweet up.
Yeah. Put the tweet up.
All right.
So she was alone, but followed it up with this tweet. You could, if you want, you could just start at the bottom. I don't know
Where the circle part is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have racial empathy. As a Isabel Walkerson calls it, I am holding space to empathize with myself as well as my fellow Jews. I got 10 calls from non-Jewish friends this week. 8 of them were black. Black friends. I see you. I love you. I would die for you. Donate. Reach out to your Jewish and Palestinian friends. Love, Amy.
To that I say you're pitiful. Pitiful black. To the blacks that checked on her, pitiful. That's so. She just said she was all alone. That's so many niggas that checked on you.
Yeah.
8.
That's a lot.
That's a basketball team with 3 subs. You could run a 2-hour pickup game with that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's 3-on-3. It's 3 shifts. Like
that's 3-on-3. That's a one less than a baseball team. That's so many. That's so many. I don't have 8 black friends. I don't have 8 friends.
Yeah,
I don't have 8 people that would check on me.
Yeah, real things happen to me all the time, and no one checks in on me. Let alone something that happens to if the IRA had a terrorist attack in Ireland, no one's calling me. Yeah, no one's calling me. They don't care. They know.
Hey, I had 2 friends check on me during the Black Lives Matter, and I blocked them. What are you talking about? Why you gotta throw us in the mix? And it ain't even us. It's whoever these 8 niggas were. Pitiful, wretched, and the fact that she would put that out. You know what I mean? That's like sharing a screenshot, you know, a DM or something.
Yeah.
Of like, this was between you and me. So do those 8 friends, do they want to come forward? Do they want to say, what if they did it in confidence?
And why is it important that they're black friends? Why does she need to feel to isolate her other 2 friends away from these other 8 friends, being like, hey, I got some friends checking in on me, but 8 of them
black. 8 out of 10 people were black. Hey, you know, that's wretched and it's pitiful. In the wise words of my man Norman Finkelstein. So again, if you want to, so I'm not talking about the conflict. I don't know enough about it. I don't know anything about it, but this woman does though. So this woman that I came across was breaking down the Middle Eastern conflict, but in terms that, you know, that for lack of a better word, terms that niggas could get it. You know, niggas could understand it if you break it down this way.
Sure, your words, not mine.
This is a long story, and I'm coming out the dome, so bear with me. After World War II and the Holocaust and all that stuff had went down, the Jews was like, you know what, we need to get up out of here, so we finna ride out at dawn. And so somebody was like, okay, well, where we finna go? So somebody else was like, you know what, we just finna go back to our granny in them house. We gonna take off to the motherland. So they had decided, like, we finna go back to the Middle East, and they ended up in Palestine. So they get to Palestine, and the Palestinians is like, oh, okay, we got some company, like, you know, got some visitors. And then they realized their visitors have spent a night bags. And so the Palestinians was like, so what y'all finna do? And the Jews was like, oh, we live here now, we finna stay here. And the Palestinians were like, absolutely not. So the Jews was like, we in our Holy Land, like, what you mean we can't stay here? And the Palestinians was like, we don't know where you got that version of the story from, but you cannot stay here. You need to get your spend a night bag, you need to find somewhere else to go kick it. So
hey, listen, I'm not saying she's wrong. So I'm not hating. But I will say this. If you need this nigga explained to you, then just you don't really want to know about this.
That makes sense.
That's just more than fair. If you need this nigga explained to you, imagine me nigga explaining the IRA conflict between the Protestants and the, you know what I mean, or whoever.
I'd have a great chuckle.
Yeah, you go, what is this nigga talking about? You might have to say it off the record, but you had to say it.
It'd make a great podcast, but I wouldn't take any of it seriously.
You can't take this seriously. You can't. Listen, I'm not questioning what she knows and what she doesn't know, but if you explain it to me in nigga terms and that's my entry point, I don't want to know about it. See, this is the thing, black people, we do this, man. We like to... We're toxic, man. Well, you can't blame us. You can't blame us. We like to we don't like to learn the names of songs.
Okay.
But we'll know the song.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah,
we don't like to. There's certain things that we like to do shortcuts.
Important details only.
Yeah. Give me the nigga cliff notes.
What do I need to get?
Yeah. We like the nigga notes, and it's like just for certain things that flies, but. With this subject, it's okay to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
It's okay to take the information in, and if this sparks your interest in this subject that don't have shit to do with you, and then you go and listen to my boy Norman, then you know that's lovely. I doubt that if this is the way you found out about it. I think that people listen to this whole video and go, I got it from here. Thanks for the nigga notes, you know. So like, I'm not supposed to be laughing. I'm not laughing at this subject. I'm just laughing at the conversation around it.
The people ingesting the information and thinking they now know it. That's what we're laughing at.
Yes, and the people who share the same culture, not even culture, but race or religion, and saying, hey, you know, leveraging that to become a victim.
Yes.
And then getting other alleged victims support. on behalf of some shit that you didn't experience that don't got a fucking thing to do with you.
Something you haven't thought or talked about in decades. Why? And now,
or ever.
Like, now it's the hot topic.
Yeah. In the wise words, pitiful and wretched. Pitiful and wretched. So, yeah, man. Educate yourself or shut the fuck up about it. That's also an option. You don't have to have an opinion. You have a right to not have an opinion until you really know what you're talking about.